for somebody who's like, okay, I'm interested in aging or healthy aging, I'm interested in my health span, not my lifespan. What are the things beyond the biomarkers that we talked about? How do they defy maybe their genetic destiny? Like I can tell you about, my husband who had a heart attack at 41, rapid ager,
Yeah.
younger than me, but I would call him a rapid ager, right? Versus maybe our family that doesn't age as rapidly. Like what are the things to track, to be aware of, to really change maybe your family story?
But I do think my book can be helpful, not to be
Yeah, yeah,
self-aggrandizing, but
yeah.
I
Yeah.
dreamed of a moment that I could prove 30 years ago with the intersection of genetics, the internet, and the fact that I could read these numbers and I knew as an identical twin, genetics was only part of the story. Lifestyle was only part of the story. How do you get it all together? So the way I designed the book was to recognize patterns we all have. And we all have these patterns. Each one of us is gonna go through perimenopause and menopause for women, periandropause and andropause for men, where they decline. In addition to that, there's, glucose patterns, so
Mhm.
that's available. There's heart patterns, there's metabolism patterns, thyroid, muscle and bone and brain. And
Mhm.
all of those patterns I've seen as very common, and you can recognize yourself in them and then follow that path. Be able to say, for example, to a physician or self test,
Yeah.
you've gotten your TSH, it's very, very low. What does your thyroid look like? What
Mhm.
does your thyroid hormones look like?
Mhm.
And be able to bring that up either to your clinician or get the test yourself and bring it to your clinician.
Right.
So I think proof is in reading the book, being able to extrapolate the patterns in who you are, and we actually give people some guides for that. They can fill in a simple health story and see where it places them, where it brings them.
And identify the pattern maybe that they're
Exactly.
falling
Yeah, like
into.
the 5
Yeah.
biomarkers,
Yeah.
where a CGM. I think the most radical change I've seen in people is when they do wear a CGM, and now they're over the counter, that's a continuous glucose monitor. You
I
can
love
get a
those.
Stella or
Yeah.
you can get a, Lingo. There's another one, but those are made for people who don't think they're diabetic and are not on insulin. They're bought over the counter, and they give you some guidance, but it's the patterns that will help you. And if you marry that to my book, Invincible, you'll be able to figure out where you stand, and that's what I've always dreamed of, like, how does everyone own their own health destiny like your husband?